Hey everyone, this is Andrea from Mix Adventures Together. I've decided to do a new series called the 45-Day Glow Up. It's a journey, and it's sparked by the fact that I'm turning 45 years old this year. And I really want to make some changes in my life, not to become a new me, but to become the person I used to be. So, stick around. I'm going to try and explain in a little bit more detail and see what my ultimate goal is as I embark on this new journey in my 45th year. And I do want to establish some ground rules. It's not a weight loss channel. It's not a makeover. It's not anything that puts a lot of pressure on me because I'm doing this as is. It's not, 5 months ago or 10 months ago I did this. I'm doing it right now. My birthday is in February and it's January 27th. And so this is an ongoing process of making mistakes, learning new things, but getting up and keep going. And so I think that that's a big part of my journey of rediscovering who I am, is to make sure that I'm learning as I go. And I'm being very forgiving of any mistakes that I make, not giving up, and just being proud of, even if it's just a tiny bit of progress that allows me to feel like the old me. So what sparked this journey? Well, like I said, I'm turning 45, and the past 5 years have been really hard for me, in the sense that my mother passed away, and that hit me so hard. My mother was my best friend. She was my strength. She was my advisor. She was my mentor. She was my everything. And losing her, I lost a huge part of who I am. It felt like, even though I have a amazing, loving husband, I felt like I had lost a huge part of my cheerleading team. And I wasn't certain I could move on without her. At the same time, my relationship with my father completely changed, to the point where I had to let it go. You know, he had to make a decision. I had to set some boundaries, and it turned out that we weren't supposed to continue into each other's lives, at least for not right now. And so I had to grieve that loss. And then I lost some other family members because everyone's setting new boundaries and creating a new reality. I think my mother was our matriarch. She was our everything. And unfortunately, when she passed away, we lost that connection, that family connection and bond. So I lost that part of me, of feeling alone and drifting in the ocean of life all by myself. And again, I have an amazing husband, and he is so supportive. But it's different, when you lose somebody who's known you since birth. People who you've known your entire life. And that's okay. We all have to have boundaries. And maybe we had unhealthy attachments. And I respect the decisions that they made, and I have to respect the decision that I made. And it's okay. It was hard. It is hard. There are days where I'm so engulfed in my own grief that I can't even get out of bed. But that's part of why I needed to start this new journey, so that I could remind myself how strong I really am. The other thing is, turning 45, jumping into things like health issues, being terrified of the fact that my mother died of health issues. And it was funny because a lot of my memories of my mother and my youth are when she was in her 40s. And so I kind of go, ooh, she was still very much entrenched in the mom life that I think she might have neglected herself. And I don't want to do that. I want to be there for my children and to meet my grandchildren one day. Unfortunately for me, I adopted my children, and the week we were going to meet them, she passed away. So she never got to meet them. And that is one of the hardest things for me to come and connect with. So yeah, I've been grieving for 5 years, and I'm trying to get out of that grief. The other thing is, as I already mentioned, the health challenges. I had a doctor who told me I was diabetic, which is what my mother passed away from, complications to diabetes. That was like a blow to the chest. But then to later find out that I didn't have diabetes. And so I spent a good 10 months being terrified of meeting the future that my mother met. It did spark me to want to lose weight and get control over my health. And I did a little bit. I lost weight. I started walking more. I became more mobile. That really helped me with my depression and anxiety and my grief. So, little improvements have gone a long way in my journey, that I just want to continue doing to help me remind myself who I am, who Andrea is. Then, as I mentioned before, becoming a mother later in life, I met my kids at 41 years old, and they were already 8 and 9 years old with their own personalities and navigating that relationship. And yes, now I have got a teenager and a tween, but it's still a bonding opportunity, challenge for me, because I have my own, personality, and they have their own personality, and my husband has his personality. And so creating our unique family wasn't easy. It's still not easy. And like I said, my body changed, my energy changed, my confidence changed. Oh goodness, I used to be such a confident person, and I lost that. And so my goal really is, it's not the usual kind that you see online, like here are 5 steps to getting, to reinventing yourself. I'm not trying to reinvent myself. I'm just trying to find myself again. Things I want to look at are like gentle movements, learning how to use this body for my best interest, longevity. I want to learn how to eat healthy without guilt, without punishment, without regret. I want to learn how to do makeup. That's something I've always wanted to do, is learn how to do my makeup. I'm African American, but I have this yellow undertone, and I just don't know how to do it. So that's something I want to learn how to do. I want to learn how to dress my body properly. I've always felt like I haven't been very fashionable. I haven't been very hip with it. I'm not that kind of person, but I kind of want to become more stylish, more classically elegant. And mostly I just want to learn how to get back to myself, remind myself who I am and what I'm capable of. So if you're in your midlife, like I am, or if you're going through grief, like I am, or starting over again, or later in life, like I am, then please stay with me. Let's go on this 45-day journey into rediscovering who we are. And please let me know your story, because I just want to know that I'm not alone, and I want to let you know that you're not alone either. Subscribe if you're also walking this season too. I'll see you next time.